Well, nothing.
Can you hear me?
Well, good evening, nothing.
Test it.
Put it on. Ready?
Okay.
Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Eastern Kentucky University 11th Region Tournament. Tonight, Great Crossing takes on Henry Clay with Tony Wise, Gary Ball. Two teams that have won 52 games between them, Tony. A good matchup between Henry Clay and Great Crossing.
Yeah, rematch of the February 8th game where Great Crossing beat Henry Clay by 63-61, and these two teams are fairly evenly matched. And some keys tonight. We look at the big three that we talked about Tuesday night over at Lexington Catholic. Gary is Conlon Brown, A.Z. Blackwell, and Kanye Henderson for Henry Clay. The last time these two teams played, those three shot 15 for 41 for 36.6%, whereas the big three for Great Crossing, Janias Burrell, Vince Dawson, and Malachi Moreno went 19 of 28 for 68% from the floor. So a lot of what happens tonight, Gary, is going to depend on how each team's big three decides to play tonight.
You're right, and Great Crossing under Coach Steve Page, Henry Clay under Daniel Brown, so two good coaches in the basketball game.
Absolutely. You know, it's only Steve Page's third year. The first 2 years they had two losing seasons. Turns around, and I think they're sitting at 27-6. He was voted coach of the year by the coaches. We have a couple of all-region players, but I'm going to go ahead and get this out there that Malachi Moreno was all-region, as was A.Z. Blackwell, but somehow or another, coaches failed to vote Kanye Henderson and Vince Dawson on the all-region team. I haven't quite figured that one out, Gary. Vince Dawson leads Great Crossing with 15.8 points a game. He's a repeating freshman, and he's really starting to figure it out. You know, they were in our district last year, and he would get a little skittish, as most freshmen do, here and there. But here in the last 4, 5, 6 weeks of the season, I've really started to see him start to come into his own and really become their go-to guy like he was at Tuesday night and had 29 against Madison Central.
Well, Tuesday night we saw Great Crossing, and we saw Lexington Catholic take on this Henry Clay team. The Henry Clay team really turned it up. I thought they played really well against Lexington Catholic, especially the guards.
Oh, we talked about it Tuesday night. Great Crossing has two very good guards, Janias Burrell and Vince Dawson, both repeating freshmen, but Kanye Henderson and A.Z. Blackwell are the best guard combo in the region, I think, at this point, and they sure did play like it. They came out and threw haymakers real quick to Lexington Catholic, and as we discussed the other night, when Brandon Wicker got in foul trouble, that's about the only time that Catholic had any success. I mean, it was an impressive showing by the Blue Devils, and they hope to have more of that performance tonight.
The only size Henry Clay has is Wicker. Will he have to have a big night against Moreno?
Well, you know what? He really doesn't. He just needs to hold his own. And what he did the other night when he came back in the second half, I do not remember him getting a third foul. He had those two fouls in the first half. And, you know, another big statistic is Great Crossing averages 33.5 rebounds a game, or Henry Clay averages 28.5. And, Gary, the first matchup on February the 8th, Great Crossing had 37 rebounds to Henry Clay's 23, and Brandon Wicker was not in foul trouble. He only played 18 minutes, but he only had one foul, and Great Crossing had 11 offensive rebounds. If that rebounding is that big a disparity tonight, Henry Clay's going to be in trouble.
I think Janias Burrell, who runs a point for Great Crossing, needs to have a really steady influence and no turnovers tonight. I know it's hard to say no turnovers. I think he needs to have a good floor game.
You know, the thing with Burrell, having to coach against him last year, is when he plays under control and gets everybody involved, he becomes more dangerous offensively, as do they. Now, he has a tendency as a freshman last year and early part of this year, he would kind of force the issue. When he lets the game come to him, he makes himself better, which makes everybody else better, and I agree with you 100%.
And you look at Colin Brown, he really hit some big threes Tuesday night, and he was really hitting a three. And you look at A.Z. Blackwell, super quick, and you mentioned Henderson belonged on the All-Region team. I agree with you.
Well, you know, Lexington Catholic has a college floor, so Henry Clay has already played one game on a college floor. Granted, it hasn't been here, but the thing about tonight, I want to see who gets the lead with about 4 or 5 minutes to go in that fourth quarter, because both of them have good enough guards to spread you out. Now, I would say Henry Clay would have the advantage simply from the fact of all that experience. I mean, both of those guys are returning seniors, repeating seniors. So you're looking at fifth year senior high school, 18, 19-year-old kids, and you get them on this big floor. We saw what happened Tuesday night, and that will be very difficult to defend for sure.
We're just seconds away from the public address announcer giving us the starting lineups here tonight, and we'll go to the PA announcer. And Tony, you look at Henry Clay, a good team. They don't really go that deep. They go about 7 or 8 deep, so that's a problem. Does Greg Crossing go any deeper than that?
Well, I think that Coach Page likes playing a lot of people. You know, he usually plays 9, 10, sometimes 11 in a regular season. But anybody that's watched playoff basketball needs to understand possessions slow down, the game slow down, possessions become less frequent and become more important. So I really think that I really feel that whoever can kind of dictate the pace. Greg Crossing really likes to push the pace. Henry Clay played in a half-court game, so I think whoever can dictate that pace will be hard to beat.
Vince Dawson is a 6'4" freshman, as you said, a repeat freshman. Janias Burrell is the same thing, a 5'8" freshman. You got Gage Richardson, 6'3" freshman. Ty Skirman, a 6'3" senior, and Malachi Marino, 6'10", and a freshman.
I swear, he and Reese Potter, I think they grow every time that we see them. Malachi Moreno has really kind of worked really hard to get his game to where he's more than just a shot blocker. Watching a few of their games here in the recent weeks, he still isn't real polished on where he catches it, how he catches it, and getting body position. But being it's such a young kid, he has such an impact on the game because he's so long. Not only is he tall, he's long. And so it'll be interesting to see how Henry Clay attacks Great Crossing. I feel that you've got to make Moreno somehow play out on the floor. Even though Wicker's not an outside threat, you can still involve him in ball screen action and make him make a play 15, 20 feet from the basket, because if he plants underneath the basket, he'll just play volleyball all night.
Gage Richardson, Vince Dawson, Janias Burrell, Malachi Moreno, and, of course, Ty Skirman. They're in the dark uniforms, white numbers, Henry Clay in white, with the navy blue and gold Henry Clay Blue Devils. Come in with an impressive record, and so does Great Crossing. Both teams ranked in the top 20 in the state.
Well, like you said, you got two teams that should have multiple players on all region, and both teams have played very good schedules, have very good wins. I expect this to be a 1 or 2 possession game with 2 or 3 minutes to go. This should be fun.
Wicker against Moreno, waiting for the toss here, and we're underway. Moreno in backcourt to Janias Burrell. Burrell works it across on the right side, gives it to Henderson. Burrell now looking for cutters. Henderson tries to bounce it to Moreno, goes out of bounds off the foot of Wicker. Be Great Crossing basketball in the thrown basket. Trigger man Vince Dawson gives to Moreno. Goes back Burrell. Looking for cutters. In the corner, there's a three-pointer. In and out. Gage Richardson took that shot, Tony.
Yeah, he's ranked 5th or 6th in the state in percentage on three-pointers on the year. So, well, there's your ball screen action. We'll see if Gage Richardson can keep Kanye Henderson in front of him.
Working with the ball is Blackwell. Gives to Miller. Over to Henderson baseline. Roller won't go, and it's rebounded by Burrell.
That's the effect of Moreno. Kanye Henderson didn't take it all the way to the basket. He short-armed it because he saw the big fella coming over and was going to put it up in the stockyard sign.
Yep. He had 11 blocks in one game this year, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he's going to set many, many records at Great Crossing High School before he's done, and he is a true freshman.
Down low to Moreno. Working, goes up, and he's fouled. I think Brown came over and got him after he did a little spin move on Wicker.
Well, that foul was on Wicker instead of Brown.
Oh, okay,
what I would like to see Wicker do there is let him catch it 10 or 12 feet from the basket and back off of him. He belted him up. Moreno with a nice spin move and drove baseline on him.
Free throw, that's the first point of this basketball game. Great Crossing leads 1-0 as Moreno gets the scoring started for Great Crossing out of Scott County. Second free throw is too strong. Rebounded. Good rebound by AZ Blackwell. Boy, he does it all.
He had 7 rebounds their first matchup. Averages about 5 on the year. That's a good matchup. Skierman, their best defender on AZ Blackwell.
And they hit the floor, and let's see, Burrell hit the floor along with Colin Brown. I think they called Burrell for that.
He ran right through him.
Foul's going to be on Burrell, his first. First foul now. Both teams have one foul. 6:34, Tony, 1-0, Great Crossing. First quarter.
You expect these guys, I don't think anybody here on the floor has played down here, so have to have a little nerves, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't think you'd be human.
Brown lobs to Wicker, and he steps out of bounds.
Well, Henry Clay's running their ball screen motion. They're making Moreno guard a little bit. Brown probably, that was a tough play for Wicker, but I like the idea of Henry Clay making them play ball screens.
Well, those pair of fives were really working on each other. Burrell and
Henry Clay's defense was suffocating the other night.
yeah, Henderson's really playing defense. Gage Richardson to the basket. He's fouled.
He got around Brown. Brown with kind of a sloppy closeout there, and the freshman blew right past him. Gage Richardson is also a true freshman. Not bad, two freshmen, huh?
Yep, younger brother of Quinn Richardson who played at Scott County.
So Great Crossing starts.
That hit a lot of the rim, but it rolls in.
2 true freshmen, 2 repeating freshmen, and a senior. And they have a 6'6" sophomore coming off the bench and a couple seniors coming off the bench. So Great Crossing is going to be a problem for a long time.
Richardson makes both of them. It's 3-0. 2 minutes into the ball game, Henry Clay yet to score. They give it to Henderson. He works it across on Henderson.
Now this is a matchup, Gary. I'll be honest. I think Kanye Henderson
Richardson
can get around Richardson whenever he wants to.
Blackwell back to Henderson. Richardson out there defensively. 5:40 to go. 3-0. The Brown open three. He hit it. We're tied at 3.
He stays on fire from the other night. Gary went 3 for 4 the other night, had 19 points in the win over Lexington Catholic.
3-3, 5:24 to go in the first quarter. Henry Clay and Great Crossing in the 11th Region Basketball Tournament. Pass to Dawson.
Ooh, he got away with a walk.
Dawson back out front to his teammate Burrell. Puts up a 15-footer, no good. Rebounded by Miller.
Kanye Henderson's size is giving Burrell problems.
To the basket and puts it up. It's too strong. Tipped up, no. Rebounded Wicker. Puts it up, no. And rebounded by Burrell.
Well, Henry Clay is really getting on the glass. You know, we talked about the glass being an important part. Moreno averages 11 of their 33 rebounds, so somebody else is going to have to step up and rebound for Great Crossing.
Well, Blackwell had a good look there on that 15-foot jumper.
Sure did.
Scarman out of the right elbow. Comes to the basket. Now gives over to Richardson. Here's a shot put up, and it rolls in for Marino.
That's a second on Wicker, so we'll see what happens moving forward.
Marino makes it 5-3, Great Crossing. Second foul of Wicker. He'll quickly go to the bench, and checking in will be Henry Lynch.
Lynch last time played 22 minutes, had 10 points on 5 of 7 shooting against Great Crossing.
Marino makes a free throw. 6-3 on a three-point play, the old-fashioned way.
The soup and the sandwich. Don't get to see those much anymore.
John Houseman did that way, you know. Working with it, Henderson backs it out on Moreno. Henderson just putting the bounce down. Goes in on Moreno to the basket. Scoop, no. Rebound, Moreno.
Henry Clay getting good shots. Can't complain with that.
Vince Dawson trying to pick his game up and getting the game more for Great Crossing. He's our leading scorer, 16 points a game.
You see Moreno, he's such a game changer down there. Just makes it hard to score.
Back door he goes to Scarman, and it's knocked out last touch by A.Z. Blackwell.
Great Crossing ran that little curl to death the other night and helped beat Madison Central when they kept going to Dawson. Kyan Miller really played that well.
Burrell deep in the corner, gets it back from Moreno. Now goes out to Scarman. Boy, he was hitting those threes out there in the pregame.
No, he can shoot it now, no question about it.
Ball knocked away, good hands by Kanye Henderson.
Burrell's going to need to remain patient with Kanye Henderson. His length is really giving him problems. He just needs to remain patient and let the game come to him.
Henderson reminds me of a shorter Marquez Warwick that played a few years ago now at NKU.
Boy, he was good.
And
he
there's
did
traveling call.
Good call. Yeah, Marquez Warwick, boy, he's having some career at NKU.
Oh, man, he's tearing up. Second team all-conference.
He was a smooth operator.
Hit a lot of game winning shots for Henry Clay.
Because Daniel knows where to go with the ball.
Yep. Scoop won't go, and Moreno just grabs it away from Blackwell. Blackwell had a good shot, but wouldn't go for him.
No block shots, but a lot of challenge shots.
Richardson out front. Burrell lines up a three, in and out. Nice rebound by AZ Blackwell. 6-3. Great crossing. Blackwell in the paint. He's going to be fouled, and the foul will go on Ty Skierman.
Now, Gary, I think Ty Skierman is their best on-ball defender. I would be real aggressive if I'm AZ Blackwell, because if he goes out, their perimeter defense takes a hit.
2:54 in the first quarter. 6-3. Great crossing. Lob goes to Miller way out front. Miller puts down the dribble, gives it over the left side to Kanye Henderson. Henderson works down, loses control, now picks it up, goes over to AZ Blackwell. Gets a pick from Lynch. Now comes over to Miller. Miller. Being very deliberate, Tony.
Somebody to score a touchdown. It's been 6-3 forever.
Puts a shot up, and who that foul was either Moreno.
Moreno.
Yep.
Now, what Blackwell's able to do there is he hung in the air.
Yep.
If he would have shot it right away, he would have gotten it blocked, but he hesitated and double clutched. Moreno came down. I didn't think there was a whole lot of contact there, but anytime a kid will come down with his hand, they'll call it 9 times out of 10.
You are correct. And he hits the free throw. Blackwell makes it 6-4, and that's his first point of the ball game. Brown has a 3, and for great crossing, Moreno has 4, and Richardson has 2 free throws. And it's knocked down on the second for the 6-5 on the second free throw. Just filling each other out like a prize fighter, just saying, hey, can I come with a Hailmaker? What I need to do here?
Yeah, they're slow jabs, trying to get a feel, early rounds. The haymakers are coming.
Ali and Frazier, the thriller in Manila.
Well, let's see what Lynch can do on Moreno here.
Dawson back out top. Richardson over to Burrell. Burrell on the elbow. Goes to Skierman. Back to Moreno. Fakes, puts it up, and he let the defender go by him, but then just laid it up and in. It's 8-5.
Blackwell was trailing Skierman, who took one dribble, drew the defense, and a great pass to Moreno for the finish.
Blackwell comes over to Henderson. He goes baseline, fakes, throws it up, and in.
Wow.
Nice baseline jumper.
I thought that was great defense by Gage Richardson. Just a better offense beats better defense any day. That was an incredible shot.
Mason Hawkins, we should say, has checked in for Henry Clay.
And Henry Clay going 2-3 zone.
8-7. Is that a good idea? Here's a bad throw by Richardson trying to throw it to Burrell.
They caught him off guard.
And that gets Steve Page up off the Greg Crossing bench. He can't believe it.
Steve's pretty a mild-mannered guy. I think he might have blown a gasket right there. Wasn't real happy with his team's execution, but great change of defense here at the end of the quarter.
Brown, who hit the big 3, the only 3 he shot in the ball game. Henderson working down, right side, throws it up. No, Moreno, another rebound. How many rebounds already from Moreno?
I don't know. Richardson's playing some serious defense.
Dawson stops and pops, no good. Rebounded and pulled down there by Hawkins. The other way, shot put up and in nicely.
Henry Lynch likes to play against Great Crossing.
Yes,
like I just said, he had 10 points in 22 minutes last time.
2 points for Lynch. 9-8 Henry Clay, 49 seconds. Let's see if Great Crossing takes the last shot of the quarter or plays us out. Dawson not got going yet. In the corner, Burrell. Back it goes to Richardson over to Skierman.
I think at this point, if I'm Great Crossing, I'm going to go for the last shot. Henry Clay gets the ball first, so you want to make sure they don't get 2 possessions in a row.
And there's going to be a foul. That's going to be a foul on Henderson. That'll be the, how many is that? 14 fouls?
4-3. Pretty cleanly played game so far.
9-8 is your score. Trigger man will be Janias Burrell. Coming back in, Miller, going out Brown.
Yep, going bigger here. to get some size around Moreno.
Lob to Moreno, tries to handle it, picked up.
Poor pass. Yeah, I'm sorry, Gary. Poor pass by Burrell there. He had 3 guys around him. Just get it inbounds. Let's get the last shot. But now Henry Clay with 2 possessions in a row. I believe I'd clear out here and see if I can pick the second one up on Skierman.
Blackwell going to work. 6 seconds. Crosses over. Now down the lane. Blackwell to the basket. Puts it up and in off the glass. What a shot by Blackwell.
Yeah, that was – we talked about it the other night, Gary. He plays on so many different speeds. He had Skierman on his heels and just an incredible athletic finish to finish over Moreno and Dawson.
We'll be back. Roberts Insurance out in Main Street in Richmond, Kentucky, sponsoring the regional tournament. Roberts Insurance. We'll be back to Richmond, Kentucky, 11-8. Henry Clay, who was down 8-5, scored 6 in a row to take the lead. We'll be back for the second quarter after this. I know. You bring it back. Bring it back.
All right, welcome back here to EKU. Beginning of the second quarter. Henry Clay 11, Great Crossing 8. Henry Clay, after the late Great Crossing turnover, now will get 2 possessions in a row to start the second quarter. Walls and Godfrey in for Great Crossing. Brown back in for Henry Clay.
Here's Henry Clay, shot out of the corner. It's no good as the shot was taken there by Hawkins. Goes to Dawson. Almost stepped out of bounds. Gives it to Walls.
Staying in the zone, Gary. Went back to the zone.
Walls lets a 3 fly in and out. And a stick back no hit and picked up by Marino. Put up and in. Marino just going to war in the offensive glass.
Yeah, Great Crossing now has gone big. They have 3 guys 6'4" and over. Whereas Henry Clay has 1 person, 2 people over 6'2". So
Brown to Hawkins. Goes baseline, gives to Miller, and he drives, lays it up and in.
Great pass by Mason Hawkins. He drew the defense, drew Moreno over. Kyan Miller with a great flash.
13-10. Pass to Dawson, won't go. He can't get going. Tapped out of bounds. Let's see who touched it last. Henry Clay. It'll be Great Crossing basketball. But Vince Dawson just can't get going right now.
Yeah, Henry Clay is going to have all 5 rebounds. If not, this lineup's going to give Henry Clay a lot of problems.
Lob goes way out front. Carson Walls.
Walls can shoot it now. He's very streaky. If he hits 1, he could hit 4 or 5 in a row.
Dawson on the baseline. Cut off, now gives it back to Janias Burrell. Over to Dawson. 13-10 Henry Clay. 6:40 to go in the basketball game. In the first half of this game, excuse me.
Don't speed us up, Gary. This is good
Trying
stuff.
to speed it up.
Yeah, don't do that. This is a good game.
Burrell gives to Dawson. Burrell shoots a 3.
That's his game. He only shoots 27% from the 3.
He uses this inside the line. The other way, shot put up and in, and made by Henry Clay, and that was Henderson.
Yeah, Great Crossing not hustling back.
Wall stops and pops, and 10 rattles in.
Two poor defensive transitions back-to-back, one by each team.
Yeah. Goes in the corner to AZ Blackwell over to Miller. 5:55 in the first half, 15-14. Brown lines up a 3, high archer off the rim. Good rebound, pulled down, and back out of – that was a good rebound there.
Mason Hawkins. He's been all over the place.
Comes over to
I like Brown being aggressive. Well, he got fouled.
Yeah, he was fouled.
Holy heck.
And out of bounds. It was
That was right in front of the official.
That's Jeremiah Godfrey, 6'5", sophomore in there for.
We'll say good block. It wasn't nobody called a foul. So
Godfrey and Dawson look very similar, don't they?
Yes.
Same haircut and everything.
Now we're back to man-to-man.
Down to Marino in low block. Back to Godfrey.
Oh,
and he runs over the player, and that's going to be a charge.
Everything about that play was great until Godfrey lowered his shoulder. Henry Clay doubled the post. Moreno makes a great look. Godfrey made the strong side cut, and he just ran over AZ Blackwell. He should, if you just catch and shoot it from 3 feet, shoot right over top of him. He's 6'6".
Henderson works it across for Henry Clay.
Isolation.
And to the basket, scoop and good. Nice shot by AZ Blackwell.
Yeah, nice play by Daniel Brown to isolate AZ Blackwell on the smaller Walls. Walls cannot guard him.
Burrell back over comes to Walls. Walls looking. Marino down low in the low block, getting position. Burrell back to Walls. There's a three. It's front of the rim. No. Rebounded by Marino and throws it away and picked up out front by Greg Crossing to come back to Burrell. He shoots up a 15-footer. That's too strong. Rebounded by Hawkins. That's your guy, Tony.
You know, when great pass.
Miller lays it up and in.
Great pass by Kanye Henderson.
Threaded the needle.
Yes, he did. Kyan's not like his dad, Steve Miller. He's a football player. I don't think Big Steve played football, nor should he, but, man, he ran the floor great there.
We'll step out on prepspin.com, 19-14, Henry Clay, 4:20 in the first half.
This is too much fun. Too much fun.
Greg Crossing gets it down low to Dawson, and he has his first basket. And was that a design play?
Yes, the same curl cut that we ran just a few minutes ago that gave Madison Central all kinds of problems the other night. And I like the fact that he went right at
Henderson.
Went right for Dawson. See, that's just a poor shot. Henderson did that a couple times the other night.
Back over it comes now to Richardson, and it's stole away by Hawkins.
Yeah, you got to shoot that. You can't throw a bounce pass to a 6'9" kid. That's too much.
Blackwell stops and pops, won't go. Rebounded by Miller. Double dribble. Turn it over to Greg Crossing. 19-16 Clay. 3:33 in the first half. We'll try to get some stats at halftime.
Had some 3 possessions in a row. I thought very poor shot selection. But like I was saying, out of the timeout, Coach Page knows that Vince Dawson needs to get going. So they got him going, and now he's getting a quick break. No Moreno in the game, so let's see if Henry Clay can take advantage and attack the basket.
Gage Richardson running the point now. Gets over the Walls, out to Skerman. Back to Richardson, sets a pick out front. Now top Skerman, fakes the three. Goes in left and gives to Richardson over to the left side. Three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Hawkins. Gives to Henderson. Gives it to Brown. Three-pointer, and it's in there. Brown knocks down another three. That's his second three. He's 2 for 3 behind the arc. He was, what'd you say, 3 for 4 against Catholic?
Yeah, that's a great pass by Kanye Henderson and knowing where your shooters are. An offense in itself, the three-point line.
This is the biggest lead we've had. 6 points. Back of the rim, no Richardson battling, loses a handle on it, out of bounds to Henry Clay with 2:41 in the first half.
AZ Blackwell got lucky because he missed the block out, and Richardson attacked the glass, just couldn't handle it.
And we've got checking in. Christian Martin checked in for Great Crossing, 13.
Big next few minutes for
AZ Blackwell, 3-point and 1 goal, rebounded by Godfrey.
For Great Crossing with no Moreno in the game.
Pass comes over to Dawson. He finally hit a basket a minute or so ago to get his scoring started. Out front, lines up a three. Back of the rim, no. Rebounded by who else? Blackwell. Over to Brown. And he skips it in the corner. Comes to Henderson. Goes baseline, back to Brown. Lines up a three. Off the rim. What a rebound. That's a nice rebound by Godfrey.
Very much so. Another great find by Henderson.
Richardson thought about the three. Goes in the corner to Dawson. Knocked away. And last touch by Henderson.
Henry Clay is so active down there with their hands. I'm curious that Coach Page has gotten his guys some blows, and Blackwell and Henderson playing on this big college floor just like they did the other night. They have not come off the floor at all.
Lynch comes in, and going out will be Miller for Henry Clay.
I'd be real tempted to get one of them out for a quick blow and call a timeout if you have them, because you have all your timeouts, and then have the other one come in. If you took Blackwell out, have him come back in for Henderson, so you always have one of those guys on the floor.
Walls bounces to Godfrey. Godfrey backing in. He walked, no call. Walked again. They did call it the second time.
I think he walked 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, no, I was with you, but I don't want to try to play ref. I was just waiting for him to call it, Tony.
Oh, it's so easy to coach and ref up here, isn't it?
It is.
I'm undefeated.
We're the best refs in the region. We're sitting up here courtside. Henderson with the ball and working on Walls, backs it out. Henderson and puts it up, no good. Tries to get the rebound, gets it back, puts it up in front of the rim, knocks it down.
Great hesitation move to clear some space there for Henderson.
8-point lead is the biggest either team has enjoyed. Richardson over the Walls, he traveled. 53 seconds in the first half, 24-16. Henry Clay, what are they doing to get this 8-point lead, Tony?
Well, you took Moreno out, and the shot selection, they forced 2 or 3 shots in a row. Henry Clay has capitalized. That was one of those moments. There's only 55 seconds to go in the half. Now you get the ball first, and I talk about it all the time. I'm a big proponent of going for 2 for 1, and I think Henry Clay probably would have let him hold it. I bet Henry Clay goes for 1.
Back out to Henderson.
I'm surprised Moreno didn't come back in on defense here to protect the basket.
How many fouls does he have?
I don't think he has but the 1.
Yeah, I don't know why he's not in there myself.
But then again, you don't want him to pick up a second one, so I understand that.
Back out it comes to Blackwell. He's working on Dawson. That's a good matchup right there, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Athlete on athlete.
The fifth-year senior to the second-year freshman, and Vince Dawson's going to be a problem for years to come in this region.
Kick out in the corner. Back it comes to Henderson. Henderson. Lynch coming out top. Hintz left side elbow, missed it. And shot put up at the horn, no good. That's the end of the first half. Henry Clay, 24. Great Crossing, 16. Tony, your thoughts on this first half?
Well, I thought the key was it was a one-possession game, and Malachi Moreno went out. Henry Clay took advantage and attacked the basket, got a couple of easy baskets in transition. And outside of 3 or 4 possessions, I thought Henry Clay has done an excellent job on the glass. They got out-rebounded February the 8th by 14. We'll get some stats here, and I bet it's a lot closer than the 14 rebound difference than it was the first game.
And this halftime report will be brought to you by Roberts Insurance on Main Street here in Richmond, Kentucky. Roberts Insurance, they insure about 3/4 of the state of Kentucky. Roberts Insurance. We'll be back with more halftime and some stats here on Prep Spin. 24-16 Henry Clay.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 956 Kentucky charities and community events.
Employees of Whitaker Bank volunteered 14,860 hours to better our Kentucky communities.
93 nonprofits that promote diversity and inclusion in Kentucky are supported by Whitaker Bank.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Welcome back here to Eastern Kentucky. We've got a special guest with us, Jared Peck from the Herald Leader. And Jared, high school sports writer with the Herald Leader, covers all the sports. And Jared, Great Crossing, struggling a little bit offensively. What has Henry Clay done to take control of this game here, 24-16?
Well, Henry Clay can really defend. That's one of their strong suits. I mean, Lexington Catholic found that out. They can clamp down. They can take away what you want to do. Great Crossing had a couple of walks there late in the half, and that you can't have empty possessions against a team like Henry Clay.
And Great Crossing having a problem hitting the threes in the first half. They couldn't knock them down. I think Brown has done a good job for Henry Clay.
Yeah, he's getting to the rim and he's finishing at the rim, which is something that Henry Clay struggled with during the season. I mean, they could get to the rim, but lots of times those shots would roll off, and tonight he's making sure he's watching them in.
Well, the first time they met, Great Crossing won by 2 points, but that's after a string of 4 straight games by Henry Clay, so maybe Henry Clay had some tired legs.
Well, I mean, I think Great Crossing's a great team as well. I mean,
yeah.
People, whatever happens tonight, Great Crossing is going to be a problem for a while.
Absolutely.
I mean, their 4 leading scorers are 4 freshmen. Malachi Marino. Great Crossing is going nowhere, and you're going to they're going to be on this stage for years to come. It's just, whatever happens tonight, that team is unreal.
The only thing that might slow them down from playing here at Eastern is a renovation that's going to take place here at Eastern. They won't play the 11th region tournament here.
Well, they'll play it somewhere. But I took some heat for not mentioning Great Crossing in my region, my regional preview, and it's just because they're built for next year. It's the same with Madison Southern. Both of those teams are very, very young, and that they're here tonight is a tremendous testament to the work they put in.
Well, the work you put in is tremendous. All the coverage you do, Jared, for the Herald Leader. What's up next? The state tournaments, I guess, the girls and then the boys?
Yeah, we got the girls. I'll have previews of, breakdowns of each team coming up probably Monday online at Kentucky.com, and we'll have 16 fasts to look for, just some interesting things that to see in the girls' Sweet 16 tournament, and then we cover every team. If you win a game, you're going to be covered like the home team in the Lexington Herald Leader and Kentucky.com.
You guys,
that's what we do. We cover it from the first tip until the last horn.
Yep.
We are there.
You guys do it the best way. Who do you like in the girls' tournament? I know there's a lot of good teams, GRC and the Louisville teams and some other teams around the state. Who do you like?
Well, it's gonna be hard for me. I mean, Sacred Heart's still got to get through the 7th, but Sacred Heart is so loaded. They won it last year and really didn't have any seniors last year. I think they had one that was starting, but they're back this year. They've got a sensational freshman. It's going to be something. We have to see who, Mercy or Bullitt East. Either one of those teams out of the 6 is going to be tough. And then, you talk about Clark County. Clark County is the real deal as well. I mean, we had a shocker this past week with Notre Dame getting knocked out by Ryle, and we still have to see what happens in that region in the 9th between Ryle and Cooper. But whoever comes out of there, it's going to be battle-tested.
Jared, you cover all sports. I mean, it doesn't matter what's played. You cover just like we're doing the Scholastic Ball Report. You cover everything. What do you see for the tennis this year?
I'm not quite ready for tennis yet. I just got done with wrestling and swimming, and I had to become a little minor expert on those.
I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Oh, no. Yeah, somebody asked me baseball there, and I was like, I ain't got baseball for you right now.
Alexa Cathick's in the top 5, I understand, in baseball. They got some really good pitching. That's what I'm hearing anyway. And, there'll be some good baseball in Lexington and softball this year that we'll be covering on Prep Spin.
I'm already asking the coaches in the city. I cover the 9 Lexington City teams. That's where it kind of focuses when baseball and softball season goes on. I can't quite do statewide yet with that until they get to the state tournament. But I've already started asking them about their teams, and we'll have coverage of that coming up soon too. I just got to get through the basketball season first.
Yeah, you got the second game tonight here at Eastern Kentucky University. What do you like in that one?
Oh, well, between Madison Southern and Frederick Douglass has gotten so hot lately.
Yeah.
It's so hot. It's really, if they can keep shooting and keep defending like they've been playing, they're going to be tough to beat. But you can't take away from Madison Southern and what they've done this year with really, they've got some do-over sophomores. And like I said, just like Great Crossing, they were kind of built for next year, and they found it now.
Yeah.
So how exciting is that for Madison Southern here, down there in Berea and here in Madison County?
Our friends at WBON who cover Madison Southern will have that game for us later tonight at 8:15. And then depending on what happens, we will have the Lafayette Championship against Franklin County tomorrow. And then depending on what happens tonight, we have the championship Monday night at the 11th Region Boys.
Yeah, it's an exciting time.
Thank you very much, Jared Peck, for joining us. Keep up the good work you do with the Herald Leader, and it's always fun to talk to you.
Thanks for having me.
That's Jared Peck. Let's get Tony back in here with some halftime stats. William, want to take a break or leave it here? Want to leave it here or take a break? Let's take a break, come back, and Tony will give us the stats.
We're so glad to have you with us this morning.
Emergency leaders are urging.
It's important to stand up
for what you believe in, for yourself and each other.
At WKYT, we stand for you.
Your voice,
the truth,
the facts.
In the pandemic hit, you had to lay off staff.
Because what matters to you matters to us.
And when it comes to your safety, being prepared and informed.
If it's happening now,
it's happening here.
In Lexington.
In every breaking story, every severe weather event. Prepare now for damaging winds.
We will always
stand for you.
Welcome back to Eastern Kentucky University. With all their first half numbers, here's the guru, Tony Wise.
Guru of what? I'm not real sure, but first half stats, Henry Clay, 10 of 26 from the field, 2 of 7 from the 3. Great Crossing, 6 of 18, 0 of 6 from the 3. Michael Moreno, 3 of 3. The rest of the team is 3 of 15 for 20%. Great Crossing, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Henry Clay, 2 of 2. One of the big keys we talked about in the pregame are rebounds. Great Crossing leads 15-14. Henry Clay actually has 6 offensive rebounds to Great Crossing's 5. And one of the things that in the first game that I think Henry Clay kept them in it, they caused 20 turnovers by Great Crossing. Great Crossing was 7. But, Gary, it seemed like they have several of those there in the last 3 or 4 minutes of the first half where Henry Clay only had 2. Some big eye-popping stats for me. Points in the paint. Henry Clay leads 14-8, which you would never think. Second chance points, Great Crossing only has 5. And the big 3 we talked about in the pregame, Burrell, Burrell, Dawson, and Moreno are 5 for 11. Burrell and Dawson are only 2 of 8. Moreno, the 3 for 3 I just mentioned. The big 3 for Henry Clay is 7 for 20. They're volume shooters now. And outside of, I think Kanye Henderson took 4 shots. I think AZ Blackwell forced the 3 over in front of Great Crossing's bench. But other than that, they've gotten the ball to the rim. And to be honest with you, Gary, I really think if they had 3 or 4 times they could have finished, they easily could be up 12, 14 points here at halftime.
They're up by 8, 24-16. They made a nice run there at the end of the second quarter to get this 8-point lead. What to do to get this big lead?
Well, when Moreno came out, I don't know why he stayed out so long. I don't know if he's just resting for the second half. He only has the 1 foul and 8 points, 3 for 3 shooting, 7 rebounds. Maybe he was tired and needed a blow. This is the first time Great Crossing has ever been here. So playing on this extra 10 feet, it'll take a toll. So I think Henry Clay turned up the pressure and changed defenses at the right time. And without Moreno, Great Crossing forced some shots and really made some foolish turnovers there in the last 3 minutes.
I think Great Crossing will get Moreno more into the ball game this half, and at least try to. And I think Vince Dawson will try to get going. Only 2 points in that first half for Dawson. He's too good to only score 2 points.
Yeah, but the problem is he only had 4 shots. The job that Kyan Miller did on Vince Dawson in the first half was
phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
He's kind of the stopper, isn't he?
Yes, he is. And he loves the role. He's okay with that role. However, with that being said, I would like to see Vince Dawson get a little bit more aggressive and attack Miller. Miller, I'm looking at the wrong scoreboard. Miller has, I don't think, where is he? Oh, he's not up on the scoreboard. He has no fouls. So if you're Kyan Miller, now you can really turn up the heat. Now, we don't want to see what happened to him that happened to Reese Potter the other night when he got the second foul, which was fine. Then he picked up the real cheap one on the free throw. So you don't want to see that happen, and you don't want the same thing to happen to Moreno or Skierman, their best perimeter defender, because they both have 1 foul.
Now, a lot of the Great Crossing players have, looks like some kind of helmets on, Tony. What's the significance of that?
The Henry Clay students, they're very creative. I have a bunch of those guys in class now that I work over there. They are some funny kids, and they are.
The one guy's got a bowl on his head.
I don't know, but it is pretty funny. If anything breaks out, I like their chances with a little extra protection.
Most of them got bicycle hats on, don't they?
Man, it's really kind of hard to explain. If you're not here, it's really kind of hard to explain. One guy looks like he has, see the kid back here with like 3 or 4 rows from the top, the black jacket?
Yeah.
I think he has a dog bowl on his head.
Well,
I mean, that's creative.
The camera's got a shot of the Henry Clay fans over on the far side, but I tell you what, the near side, the Great Crossing crowd, is pretty much a capacity crowd.
Oh, absolutely. They brought a fantastic crowd. If they can figure out a way to come back and beat this Henry Clay team, I would expect Monday night it'll be even bigger. But they've got the work cut out for them, because now Henry Clay, there's plenty of time left. So if you're Great Crossing, you don't want to force the issue and start pressing and giving up easy baskets. However, you do need to set the tone real quick here, and I'm curious to what Coach Page will run here. I'm willing to bet that this will be a quick hitter for Dawson. I wouldn't be surprised to see the little curl cut, a little high-low for Moreno. But I'm willing to bet one of those two takes the shots. And if you really want to roll the dice, if you're Daniel Brown, come out in a zone here this first possession.
The zone worked first half.
Absolutely, it absolutely did. They did a great job of covering on the perimeter with no Wicker. Now Wicker comes back in the game. Let's see if he can stay out of foul trouble, Gary, like he did on Tuesday night.
So for Great Crossing, it'll be Richardson, Skierman, and Dawson, Burrell, and Moreno. And for Henry Clay, they got Brown, they got Blackwell, Henderson, Miller, and Wicker. Left side, Dawson quick to basket, blocked, stuck back up by Moreno.
You went right to Moreno. It was Moreno or Dawson had to get that touch. And
cuts it down to 6, 24-18.
Wicker did a great job of not fouling.
Quickly to the basket. Strong move, puts it up, and Marino, he challenged it, and he calls a shot to come off. Dawson down court. Vince, right side, puts it up. No. There's Marino again blocked. Marino gets it back, battling, and out of bounds off of Wicker.
That's a great block by Wicker, because I was going to expect a very quick timeout by Daniel Brown if they could have finished there. And again, AZ Blackwell uses great body control. You've got to put those in.
Burrell trying to go in the corner to.
You see what I'm talking about, Gary?
Yep.
I mean, he's had 3 or 4 passes deflected.
Doesn't he remind you of Marquez Ward, just a little bit smaller?
Absolutely. I mean, just after playing him last year in the region, his arms are so long. Doesn't look it from a distance, but up close they are really long arms.
Dawson puts a Wicker, doing a nice job boxing out on Marino.
Sure
gives it down to Brown. Henderson out to Miller. Left side it goes to Brown. Colin Brown gives it up to Wicker. Right side AZ Blackwell. Out to Miller.
Coach Brown put in this motion ball screen offense last year. I really like it.
Brown. Stripped away and stolen. Richardson has a pocket pick. Miller's going to be called for the foul on that pocket pick.
Yeah, that's a pretty smart foul. Saved 2 points for sure, and it's only his first foul.
That's a really smart foul. That's Harvard-like. Burrell comes over to Dawson. Dawson back to Janice Burrell. A nice move, puts it up and in.
Yeah, great body control there to create the shot over Henderson.
24-20.
That's Burrell's first 2 of the night, Gary.
Yep. Brown, back it goes. Henderson, out top. AZ Blackwell. Working out there in Skierman. Gets a pick from Wicker. Goes to the basket. Kicks it in the corner to Brown. Didn't have a good get out by the young man Burrell. He really got out on Brown.
Yeah, absolutely.
Close, I guess I want to say. Shot put up and in. Shot in the basket's made by Henderson.
You know, Moreno had a hard hedge there.
Nice shot by Skierman.
But he did it 25 feet from the basket, and he couldn't recover quick enough. Yeah, nice shot by Skierman. That's his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, Ty makes it. He saw the open lane right elbow and knocked it down. 26-22. Henry Clay, 5:25 in the third quarter. Henderson works down the lane, gives it over to Miller. Miller's got that wide body. Gets it out top to AZ Blackwell.
Imagine running through the hole and him hitting you at linebacker.
I'm
going to pass.
Knock you in tomorrow. Here's a shot banked up and won't go by Blackwell, and he's fouled, and I believe he's fouled by Skierman.
I actually think that was Moreno.
Yeah, Moreno.
Again, if he goes up and challenges, but he came down and got him on the arm. Not a whole lot of contact on that.
That's his second foul. He's got 10 points.
But you've got to protect the shooters.
Eight points for Henderson. That leads Henry Clay. 6 points for Colin Brown.
All right, Gary, with 5:08 to go, which one of the big men picks up their third foul the first? Because they're both so active, one of them's going to foul. I hope they don't, so they both stay in there so we can watch this matchup. But with that being said,
timeout on the floor as Blackwell hit both free throws, 28-22. Timeout by Henry Clay. Let's keep it right here. The Roberts Insurance on Main Street in Richmond. They're proud sponsor of the 11th Region Tournament, Tony.
I enjoy going to the state tournament and sitting next to those guys. They are such nice guys, funny. We have a good time at the state tournament, which will be here before you know it. I mean, heck, the girls start in 5 days. That's unbelievable. More importantly, though, the Masters starts in a month for those of us that like golf.
Yeah, that's in Augusta, Georgia, right?
We've got girls state tournament, boys state tournament, NCAA tournament right in NCAA championship. Hopefully our Cats will be playing that Monday and then on to Augusta. great month for us sports nerds.
Kentucky's got Florida tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
Big game in our house.
Yeah, we got the 11th region final at 5 o'clock tomorrow. Good picture up top.
Back to zone. He switched back to zone, the 2-3.
Burrell, top of the key. Over to Richardson, back to Burrell.
Has caught Greg Crossing off guard.
Burrell. Blocked by Wicker as he got Dawson's shot, all of it. Wicker, the 6'7" senior.
I think Dawson is just a little bit out of kilter. He had an immediate shot but chose to dribble it.
Shot block, Spearman. Out front to Richardson.
Wicker's all over the place.
To Dawson. Looking for cutters. Goes to Spearman, lines up a three. He got it.
Great pass by Dawson. He got pinned down on the baseline.
That's second good look for Spearman here in the quarter.
Absolutely. He gets streaky too now. He can shoot it. His percentage isn't great, but he can hit 4 or 5 in a row very quickly.
About 36% from three. 28-25, you're right. They got some good three-point shooters on Greg Crossing, and we know Henry Clay does. Brown.
Well, if you're Henry Clay, you want to stay aggressive.
Blackwell to the basket, hangs, it rolls out.
Oh, great hands by Wicker to keep it alive.
Taps it back to A.Z. Blackwell.
How many layups has A.Z. Blackwell missed? But again, that's
at least 3.
That's Moreno making a difference down there.
Blackwell working, stops.
That's a foul.
Foul goes in Spearman.
That's pretty good defense, but you got to give him room to look like from our angle. You had to give him room to come down, but Ty Spearman is working his tail off because guarding A.Z. Blackwell is not an easy thing to do.
You're exactly right. Young man will play some college ball, no doubt about it. You know, I was talking to Daniel Brown about that the other day. He said, well, you got all this portal stuff, so they got to decide who's coming to their team, portals and all that, before they recruit these good high school players.
That's right. That's the way of the world now.
First free throw was too strong for Blackwell. 3:40 in the third. But missed both of them, Tony. Those are 2 big misses.
Yes, it was.
Scammon there, the rebound gives to Burrell.
Trying to isolate Burrell. I'm sorry, Dawson.
Dawson put up a shot, miss it. He's fouled by Miller.
Now that's 2 on Miller. Dawson much more assertive this half.
You guys' Twitter pages are blowing up, aren't they? Dawson's first free throw is up and in. He makes 28-26. That 8-point lead has almost been evaporated.
Yeah, Greg Crossing has definitely been the more aggressive team this half. Daniel Brown getting Wicker out of the game, keeping him fresh just like he did on Tuesday night.
Brings Mason Hawkins in. Both free throws connected.
Hawkins gave him good minutes in that first half.
4 points for Dawson now.
We'll see if the subbing pays off for Greg Crossing in the first half.
28-27, Henry Clay by 1. They got the leather, 3:15 to go in the third quarter. Gary Ball and Tony Wise and the king of string, William Warfield. Brown, right elbow, stops, gives to Brown, loses control of it. Burrell comes out with it. He's got Dawson to his right. Burrell to the basket, puts it up. No, and Moreno dunks it on the miss.
Great hustle by the big fella. Got it right off the rim.
He has 12, and we got a foul, I believe, called. Yep, that went on. I think that was on Richardson, his first. Team's third, 29-28. Great Crossing has evaporated the lead of 8 to have a 1-point lead at 2:50 in the third. Corner to Brown. Hawkins, and it's going to be a foul.
Spearman just ran right through Blackwell. Now that's 3 on their best defender. You know what I'd like to see Henry Clay doing is when they, on that motion ball screen action, when they've driven baseline, they've gotten a lot more success dribbling to the middle. Great Crossing does such a good job of pinching the middle there's nowhere to go. Yeah, Skierman's now got 3 walls in for Skierman.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They bring walls in for Skierman. 2:43 to go in the third quarter. Henderson to the basket. No. Rebounded by Moreno. He's got 12 points. How many rebounds he's got? Does he have?
I lost count. He had 7 at halftime.
Probably a double-double, right? Burrell.
Yep, starting to really isolate Dawson.
Dawson gives it to Marino, puts it up, and he's fouled. Basket won't go. Marino will go to the line. Called that foul on Miller.
That's his third. He picked up 3 quick ones here. Yeah, you're going to have to get him out.
They bring Wicker back in.
Henry Clay is really struggling to guard Great Crossing. They're isolating Dawson, and Dawson is creating for others and himself. I wouldn't be surprised to see Daniel go back to 2-3 zone here with Wicker in the game, protect him from fouls, and kind of give you guys a blow. And they haven't been able to guard him.
Marino's first free throw rolls out. Second one coming, and nothing but music, string music.
His stroke looks so much better than it did last year. He is really going to be a problem moving forward.
He's a problem now.
Yes.
13 points. Backdoor goes, and the shot put up and in. Nicely done by Blackwell.
Great back cut set called by Coach Brown. Got some serious coaching going on. This is fun.
Burrell to the basket, won't go, and he draws a foul. I think Brown was there, but I'm not sure they called it on.
Well, it's interesting to watch both teams attack the smaller defenders. You know, in the first half, Henry Clay had success attacking Walls, and now Burrell attacking Brown.
I think they called Hawkins for that instead of Brown.
Well, he beat Brown off the dribble. Hawkins came over and bumped him.
Free throw up and in by Burrell. He's got a nice game going. That's 9 points. Excuse me, that's Burrell misses the second one. 31-30 Great Crossing, 1:51 in the third. To the basket, off the glass, up and in, and nicely done by Henderson.
Man, that's such a great change of direction.
Dawson, he's pulled down by Hawkins. Fisher taking a long look at Hawkins. I don't know what he's talking about. But
that was a pretty aggressive foul. You run the risk when you grab somebody like that for being an intentional foul. That was really close. Really, really close. I can appreciate him not giving up the easy basket, but you can't pull a kid
I guess
down.
I'm giving away my age, but I'm used to watching the Celtics and the Lakers.
Yeah,
that was hardly a foul.
No, that would have been a charge.
Too strong on the free throw by Vince Dawson.
Turns out to be a good foul. You missed the first one here.
He's got 4 points, looking for his 5th point.
If anybody thought this game was going to stay an 8-point game, no chance.
Great Crossing can tie, and they do as it rolls in, but it hit the front of the rim, rolled up, and finally went in for Mr. Dawson. 32-32, minute 35 in the third. A.Z. Blackwell goes in on Moreno. Tries to throw it back out to Hawkins. He does.
Nothing in the middle. There's nothing in the middle.
Wicker sets a pick. Blackwell comes out to Henderson. Minute 17 here in this third quarter. Gary Ball, Tony Wise, King of Stream, William Warfield. Spin move, shot put up, and in. What a move by Blackwell.
Great action by running Conlon Brown off an elevator screen, and then you isolate A.Z. Blackwell on Walls.
Burrell working on Brown. They're back to man now. They went to the zone. It was effective. Now they're back to man. Vince Davis goes to the basket, hangs, swirls out. There's Marino, puts it up, no. Tapping up, Marino behind the basket, reverses it up in.
Does such a great job to keep it high. What a great job by Moreno.
Well, he's got double-double now because he tapped 2 rebounds to himself.
Yeah, he's been impressive.
Blackwell has 12, Marino has 15. Those are your game's leading scorers. 17 seconds, 34 all. It was an 8-point lead for Henry Clay, 24-16 at halftime. Been a good quarter for Great Crossing. Blackwell lines up the three, he hits it. Big three by A.Z. Blackwell. He's money.
Man, that was challenged too. Moreno was right there, just a better shot. And now Henry Clay gets the ball first as we head to the fourth quarter.
The numbers. Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 496 Kentucky schools.
Over 282,000 students benefit from Whitaker Bank.
Well, now has 15 points. Kanye Henderson with 10, leading the Warhawks with 15 is Malachi Moreno. Malachi Moreno played the whole quarter there, and he looked like he was a little bit out of breath heading to the bench. He played so hard and was so active, so I'm curious to see if Coach Page would maybe get him a quick blow.
You want a break?
Henry Clay ball starting the fourth quarter. You want to get over here and take it this way?
There you go, hurry. Are you good? See if you get Gary in. There you go. You got it?
Working with Gary Ball, people, he's such a celebrity. We're getting pictures. We'll have autograph session after. Just sitting here with a legend. It's kind of fun.
37. That's uncalled for. 37-34. Here comes Henry Clay. What a big three by A.Z. Blackwell to end that third quarter, Tony.
Yeah, absolutely. Henry Clay tried to run the same back cut. Better defense there for Great Crossing.
Wicker comes over to the left side. Blackwell hanging over Moreno. Puts it in and draws the foul. He'll get the soup. And they have the sandwich.
Man, Gary, he has such great body control. And I don't really like that call, and I'll tell you why.
I don't either.
It looked like from our angle, Moreno would straight up with him. And you can do that. You can leave your feet.
Yeah.
I didn't see him come down or anything. I think you just let that one play on.
That's 18 points now for Mr. Blackwell.
Yeah, he's been a stud here these last few minutes.
Burrell, 7:26 to go in the ball game. Gives over to Dawson. He's starting to find his game a little bit. Gives it Burrell. Dribbles in. Gives it back out to Dawson. Back it goes to Richardson. Now Burrell crossing over. Gives it over to Skierman. Three-pointer. No good, and rebounded.
They got lucky there, Gary. Colin Brown with a terrible gamble, leaving Skierman wide open. You can't do that. Just let Burrell drive it. If he scores, that's 2 points. You can't give up Skierman wide open threes. They got lucky there.
There's a shot by Henderson and rolls out. Moreno battles forward, coming out with it, Burrell.
Yeah, Moreno has three.
Good pass right side. Shot put up, won't go as Skierman missed a layup. Brown gets it on the right side.
Moreno has 3 fouls. I believe I'd be real aggressive trying to attack him, make him make a play.
Hawkins comes over to the young man who's been the story of this game. That's A.Z. Blackwell, 18 points and 6 rebounds. To the basket, Henderson, no good, gets it back, sticks it up off the glass, knocks it down.
He attacked Gage Richardson. Gage Richardson set out the Scott County game the last week of the season for an ankle, and it looked like he got rolled up on a couple possessions ago, and he's limping to the bench. So a decision you're going to have to make by Coach Page.
We'll be back after this break on PrepsBin.com.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 496 Kentucky schools.
Over 282,000 students benefit from Whitaker Bank's Kentucky education initiatives.
Whitaker Bank has contributed almost $441,000 to education programs for the advancement of Kentucky's youth.
We share your passion, Kentucky.
Love the bank that loves you back.
Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Same MRI, Same CT scan. Same items, different prices. So why would you pay more for the same thing? Lexington Diagnostic Center and Open MRI can save you 30 to 60% compared to the costs of local hospitals. We have a state-of-the-art facility in the Lexington area. We believe that every patient deserves the best in affordable, quality care. Avoid surprise billing. Come to Lexington Diagnostic Center. Imaging focused on you.
Welcome back to EKU, and Tony's got some third quarter stats.
Yeah, just real quick. Malachi Moreno with 7 more rebounds with 14 to begin the fourth quarter. The big difference in the game in the third quarter, Greg Crossing plus 11 rebounds or plus 8 over Henry Clay in the third quarter.
Shot put up on goal by Burrell and picked up, stolen by, and it's going to be, the refs are going to talk about it. They're going to give it to Henry Clay.
Yeah, again, we saw it the other night with Lexington Catholic in the fourth quarter take some very poor shots. Malachi Moreno has not gotten, I saw Michael over there in the crowd.
Yeah.
Malachi has not gotten any touches, and Dawson has stopped being aggressive. He's letting the defense dictate to him. He's going to learn he can do it the other way around and make them play him instead of the other way around.
Henderson and timeout by Daniel Brown. 5:32 to go in the ballgame, 42-34. Tony, you got some other numbers from the third quarter.
Yes, like I was saying, Greg Crossing with 11 rebounds, including 8 on the offensive end in the third quarter alone. Henry Clay only had 3 total rebounds. Greg Crossing, who was 6 of 18 in the first quarter, was 6 of 15 in the third quarter and 1 of 1 with the Skierman 3. Only 1 of 7 on the game, whereas Henry Clay also was 1 for 1 from the 3. They're 3 of 8 for the game. This is at the end of the third quarter. Henry Clay shooting 15 of 34. They were 5 of 8 in the third quarter for 44.1%. Greg Crossing 12 of 33 on the game, 36.4%. And Gary, I think we're into a crunch time situation where Great Crossing really needs to get better shots. They really need to look at getting Moreno the ball. They really haven't attacked with him much, even though he has 3 fouls. Wicker still only has the 2 fouls. And at 8 points, you have plenty of time left, but you really need to start getting better shots. We're curious to see what Henry Clay runs here out of the timeout, up 8 points.
And let's see who triggers it in. Looks like it is going to be Blackwell, I believe, triggering it in. Blackwell gives him backcourt. Henderson gets to Wicker.
You know what else is big, Gary? Pretty much back-to-back timeouts. That's got to benefit Henry Clay because Coach Page subbed a whole lot more than Coach Brown did in the first half.
Henderson to the basket. Malachi Moreno ultra-dab, taps it out of bounds.
Moreno did exactly what he was supposed to do. Great challenge, and it hit off his head, and he couldn't get his hands on it. Man, he is such a dynamic game changer.
15 points, 14 rebounds from Malachi Moreno. Out top to Brown, and 3 back of the rim, no. Rebounded, long rebound by Dawson.
Well, that's an awful good look by Brown.
Comes over to Skierman, over to Burrell. Looking back door, comes back to Skierman. Can't get it to Walls, goes to Burrell. Bounces to Dawson, turns, right elbow, hooks it up and in.
Oh, that's a nice move there by Vince Dawson.
42-36. Henry Clay, 4:38 to go in the ball game. Henderson.
I would expect a lot of high ball screens like they're setting because Moreno is kind of in no man's land out there. Greg Crossing has to do a better job of fighting through those screens.
Henderson comes over to Conlon Brown, the son of Daniel Brown, the head coach.
I think Kanye needed a blow.
Keaston played for him a few years ago. He was a good player.
And Kaysen's a freshman, going to be a really good player on the bench.
There's a jumper at the free throw line, back of the rim, won't go.
That's a good look
by A.Z. Blackwell. And
Great block out. Sorry, Gary. Great block out by Great Crossing there.
Burrell, Walls, down low trying to go. Marino tapped around and, got a hand on that one to AZ
Absolutely.
Blackwell.
Yeah, poor pass by Skierman there. Fake a pass to make a pass. I know that 99% coaches will tell their teams.
Shot put up by Blackwell won't go, and that's going to be a foul over the back of Wicker. He went over the back of Great Crossing player. Skierman was there, and I think Wicker went over his back at the third foul on Wicker. In Miller, and let's see who goes out. They're going to send Hawkins out of the ball game.
Miller sat a long time with those 3 fouls, Gary. He and Wicker both have 3, and now Miller is fresh and put him back on Dawson.
42-36. Great Crossing down 6. They have the ball. Walls goes down low to Dawson. Back to Walls. Lets a 3 fly, and it won't go. Rebound over Wicker. Good rebound.
It's another good look. Great kick out by Dawson. Oh, starting to run and jump now. This is dangerous with these guards. Very dangerous.
Blackwell. Miller. Blackwell, 3:10 to go.
Brown is wide open.
Wide open to Brown, and a 3 off the rim, and it's knocked away. And they say last touch by Moreno. He thought it was Wicker.
I kind of did too.
We don't have replay on that one.
They got lucky. Brown left wide open there.
Blackwell, Miller. He stepped on the sideline out of bounds.
He sure did. Blackwell needs to get his air about him. He looks a little winded here. This is a big possession for Great Crossing. Let's see where they go with it.
3 minutes to play. 42-36 in New Clay. Over comes Vince Davis. He's got a basketball name, doesn't he? Vince Davis.
Yeah, Dawson.
Vince Dawson, excuse me.
Yeah, I think he could have driven to the hole there, and he pulled up.
Dawson works right side, knocked away by Wicker.
Man, that's just great help side defense. We played Henry Clay last year in a regional tournament. They did not have that last year. They didn't have that 6'7" kid, 6'8" kid blocking shots, and you could finish that. Not tonight. Wicker on the defensive end has done an excellent job.
What a crowd we have in here. Marino goes to Walls. He's got an open lane. Hooks it up, no. And
oh, man, what a great challenge and rebound by Wicker.
That was a grown man rebound.
Yes, it was.
42-36. Henry Clay has a lead in leather. Wicker to Brown. Over to Henderson. Double teamed. Henderson. Now over to Miller.
Yep, good timeout. Good timeout. They had turnover written all over it. Henry Clay up 42-36 with 2:12 left. Henry Clay with 16 fouls. Great Crossing with 5 team fouls. Moreno leads the Great Crossing Warhawks with 15 points, but he has none in this fourth quarter after such an explosive.
We'll step out. We got to pay some bills.
Oh, let's do that.
We'll be back on Press Spin. Lafayette, Franklin County tomorrow at 5 o'clock. And the girls' 11th region final down low. Wicker.
Oh,
and
man.
He dunks it and brought the basket down, didn't he?
I didn't see that coming.
Walls.
Great dish by Brown.
Burrell to the basket over the right side. Skierman, and that won't go. There's Marino, and they say out by Marino. Boy, he didn't like the call. I don't know about it myself.
I think that's good officiating. Even though the official people will look and go, well, he was just right there. There are so many bodies down there and active bodies. The guy in the middle that I think is called the C position. My referee fans, if I've messed that up, they will never let me hear the end of it. he has a better angle. Great officiating to come over and help him and get the call right. This is too important of a possession.
Skerman comes over to the left side. Richardson, bullseye.
He hadn't played in about half an hour. Comes in and drills a three. Brown fell asleep there.
Gage Richardson with a three.
That was a huge three.
44-39. Minute 44. Let's step out for a break here on PrepSpin.com. 44-39. Henry Clay, minute 44 in the ball game. Roberts Insurance out of Richmond, Kentucky. They're right here on Main Street. They insure 3/4 of Gage Strait. Bob, Joe, and John, the Roberts brothers. Great place out there. Roberts Insurance. I would suggest anybody call them for the most trusted name in insurance, Roberts Insurance.
Absolutely, and even if I mentioned the first half, even better people.
Great people. I love them. And
maybe I can talk them into buying me some ice cream.
Yeah.
The best $6 ice cream in America. Oh, here we go. 1-3-1 from Great Crossing. Brought Godfrey in on the point.
Godfrey's a good athlete. Cross the line, it comes over to A.Z. Blackwell. Blackwell double team, trying to get out of it. He's in trouble. Goes to Hawkins. Skips it over. Right side to Brown. Back out it comes to Blackwell. Minute 23 to go. Black over to Brown. Back to Hawkins. Miss a layup.
I think he kind of saw Moreno coming and rushed the layup.
Skerman goes baseline, and Brown is over on his back, and he'll draw the foul.
Well, that was a great play by Skerman. He got chased off the line, went underneath, and was very patient with the shot fake and took the foul.
Second foul on Brown. 17th foul, so it's a bonus for Skerman. 44-39, he's trying to cut it to three. Skerman at the line. Free throw is good. 44-40, minute 7 to go, Tony.
Yeah, that was a huge three out of bounds under. 44-40, only a minute 7 to go. Great Crossing is now in the bonus, whereas they still have a foul to give. The 1-3-1 gave Henry Clay a lot of problems that last possession. Even though I say that, Henry Clay got a wide open layup and just missed it.
Skerman hit them both. 44-41, the only one possession down. Just a minute to go in this ball game. 1 minute to go. Henderson almost
double dribbled.
Almost did. Gives to Brown. Brown goes in the right elbow, and it's going to be a foul call. And I think it's going to be on Great Crossing. It's going to be on Skerman.
Is that a foul?
Let's call it what we called it the other night at the Catholic phantom foul.
Oh.
Anticipation foul,
I don't think Coach Page, he might have called him to take the foul, but it gives Skerman his fourth, and I really can't see them giving the foul that early because the 1-3-1 is definitely giving them some problems. Jeremiah Godfrey is a
beast,
an animal out there.
On the front, they give it over to Brown. Back at guns to Blackwell, 42 seconds to go. They want him to come out and foul. They do. They foul Henderson with 38.4 seconds. Wicker comes back in. Hawkins goes out.
Henderson, a 68.3% free throw shooter on the year. He's taken the second most free throws on the team. Needless to say, Gary, these are big free throws.
Godfrey goes out. Marino back in. Missed the free throw. Gets it back. They got the offensive rebound. And there's going to be a foul on Blackwell. And Great Crossing says, man, we should grab the ball.
You know, Gary, I would like to ask, I wonder how many teams actually practice free throw blockout. We always practice it for that very reason.
34 seconds in the game. Henry Clay 44, Greg Crossing 41. Blackwell knocks it down. Boy, he's silky smooth.
Yeah, that sure was
and
a great
ice
stroke.
feint.
19 for AZ Blackwell.
Ice in his veins. 19 points. The guards have 31.
I wonder what a little soft press here would do. And almost gave up another offensive
Except the
rebound.
length of Marino. Got that rebound.
Plenty of time.
Gives now to Richardson. Over to Skierman. A three.
Great challenge.
Won't go. Rebounded by Brown and a foul called. And Brown with 21 seconds.
Boy, they left the wrong guy open. And AZ Blackwell, with his athleticism, got out to a great close. Skierman short-armed it.
So in New Clay, if Brown hits these free throws, they're trying to get to the regional final Monday night and play the Douglas or Madison Southern. That's coming up next on WBON TV. WBON has that game. And Brown's free throw rolls off. Rebounded quickly.
They're giving them chances.
Here comes Burrell. Burrell down court to the basket. Puts it up and in. And they're going to call a quick timeout with 12.7 seconds. 45-43.
Kanye Henderson with an awful gamble on Burrell. You want to keep him in front of you and burn as much time as possible. They only burned 6 seconds after the missed free throw. But if Great Crossing comes back and wins this game, Henry Clay can look right there at the free throw line. That's 2 front ends and a missed second free throw by AZ Blackwell. That is a possible 5 points. This game should be over if they make free throws.
Yep, you're exactly right. Still a chance for Great Crossing, 45-43. And they have brought a crowd tonight, I tell you.
Well, I would expect Madison Southern to bring quite the crowd. This is their first win in the region, first time ever in school history on Tuesday night. So
I believe it's their first district title, too.
The second time
district.
they beat Madison Central in 25 years. That'll be an interesting matchup because Douglas does not great outside shooters, but they're so athletic and their full court pressure is just overwhelming. Madison Southern will zone them because they play mostly zone, so that'll be an interesting matchup.
They brought Godfrey back in to run that point on his own.
I'm going to say, he's got to make it full court now. I would say this would be a diamond and one press. The first pass, I would shoot the inbounder right through the middle, though nobody will be there.
Trying to get it in. They get it into Brown. Works it across. He gives it to left side Henderson. And a crossover dribble and puts it up and in. The old European step. Burrell, right side. There's a three by David. And Henry Clay wins it 47-43 over Great Crossing. Henry Clay is in your 11th region championship Monday night against the winner of Southern as they will take on Frederick Douglass.
You know, on the last play there, Richardson, he's just a freshman. He's going to learn because he's going to be a really, really good player. You have to foul him there. You cannot give up that layup whatsoever. But that's a very hard lesson for him to learn. But like I said, he's just a true freshman. He will learn from that. And Gary, I'll be honest with you, I think Great Crossing will and should be the #1 ranked preseason team in the 11th region.
I think you're right to be highly ranked in the state of Kentucky. They were ranked top 20 this year. So you know they'll be ranked in the state. They'll be #1 in the region. Good ball club. They lose at 47-43. Henry Clay was led, as you know, by Blackwell with 19 points. Burrell with 14. They had 33 of the 47 points, Tony.
Yeah, you know, we talked about it on Tuesday night. Just good guards take you a long, long way. A long way, and
I think that was a difference tonight. I really do.
It was a difference the other night. They just set the tone, and on this bigger floor, they're just hard to guard. And what Daniel Brown has done with that team, because really they start 2 kids that don't even look to score in Kyan Miller and Brandon Wicker. But what they bring them on defense, and they're okay with the other 3 shooting all the shots. man, the job that Kyan Miller did defensively, what Brandon Wicker did in the second half, just unsung heroes. And, you know, we don't see that a whole lot, Gary, in 2022, kids that want to be unselfish. It's all about me. And
the all-region team's been announced. We'll go to the public address announcer. Then Tony will give you the final numbers. When this one, Lafayette, Henry, and Franklin County play tomorrow at 5 o'clock in the girls' final. Okay. We get tomorrow off, Tony. Henry Clay and Dunbar, we're doing the final Monday.
Jay Rose. Be at the 10th.
We're not doing the final? Tony, give the we got the stats.
We do. As we talked about, Great Crossing erasing the deficit at the end of the third quarter, cutting it 5 points off the lead by out-rebounding Henry Clay by 8 in the fourth quarter. Henry Clay turns the tables and out-rebounds Great Crossing 11-9. The things that jump out at me, we talked about the big three, Gary, in the pregame. The big three, the first game on February 8th for Great Crossing, Vince Dawson, Junius Burrell, Janice Burrell, and Malachi Moreno were 19 of 28 for 68%, whereas Conlon Brown, AZ Blackwell, Kanye Henderson, 15 of 41 for 36.6%. Tonight, just a little bit better for the Henry Clay Big Three, 15 of 38 for 39.5%. The Big Three, Gary, for Great Crossing, 11 for 28. Burrell and Dawson, 5 for 20 combined. Now, the only thing that bothers me about that stat is Malachi Moreno was 3 for 3 in the first quarter and only had 5 shot attempts the rest of the game, and that was with Wicker in foul trouble, and he set the last 5.5 minutes of the game. So I think Great Crossing hit a stride there where they took a few bad shots, and they're going to be a major problem and a major player here in the 11th region the next 2 or 3 years. This is a very painful loss and a very painful lessons to learn, but they're going to learn from them. And if they're not back here next year, I'll be surprised. But I really think they've earned the right to be the #1 team in the region next year. Douglas has a lot of people coming back. Madison Southern has a lot of people coming back. But Great Crossing, like you said, I think they'll be top 10, top 15 preseason and #1, #2 at the worst in the region next year.
AZ Blackwell led to Henry Clay tonight with 19 points, had a good ball game. And that just about does it for us. For Tony Wise, I'm Gary Ball. For King of Stream, William Warfield and Bridget DeVries. The final, what the final, 47-43?
47-43.
47-43. They already took it off the scoreboard. So that's it for Prepspin. Join us for high school baseball. I think BON's got the girls game tomorrow, and they got the regional final Monday night as well. So until baseball season, it's Gary Ball for King of Stream and Tony Wise. So long, everybody.